Kate Sommer was Omaha's first race chair in 1994. She brought Komen to Nebraska. She was also a teacher, a wife, and a mother. Kate was exceptional. She fought breast cancer off and on for nearly 3 decades. Kate passed away on July 31st. I talked to some of her dearest friends about Kate's life and legacy.
I've known Kate as long as I've known my brothers. She grew up on the same block as I did on Pine Street.
I was the college counselor, and my classroom was right next to hers for 17 years.
I met Kate about 11 years ago, and she became a very dear friend of mine, almost instantly. I guess I probably needed her way more than she needed me.
Almost 30 years. In the beginning it was simply treatment of the primary, but the recurrence, which was a local recurrence, came early on, and so she knew she had metastatic disease.
Even as it got closer to the end, she was always very positive. No matter, she would come in and she'd ask me how I was or how my family was, and I'm like, oh my goodness, if I had a bad day and then she'd come in and she'd say that, you're like, okay, I have nothing to worry about. I mean, she was always very positive, no matter what was going on in her life or how she was feeling.
She was a tiny woman with a lot of energy and spirit and very focused and dedicated to the mission. Really felt a push for research especially, but also for outreach, that there were so many underrepresented people who weren't getting the kind of attention they needed, and she felt that it was really important to take care and treatment to all kinds of women and men who suffer from breast cancer, and to make sure that there was early diagnosis and early detection, because it's such a good result when there's early detection.
We got together and I sent her a book called The Biology of Belief. And I knew Kate would get it, all the things she had been through, and not all the patients do, but I said, we're going to help you, we're going to get you stronger, and we're going to do the things your cancer doctor wants to do, but all these other things. And I said, you got to believe this, and that you can get better, and you will. Well, what I didn't realize as time went on is she was the biology of belief, and she could have written the book.
She kind of announced to all of us that she was just going to live with this cancer, and she was going to fight it to the end, of course. I mean, that was part of her trademark. But she told all of us, cancer is something that can be ongoing and you can live with it. It's not a death sentence. And she never wanted anybody to feel sorry for her at all.
And I think she wanted to show other women that, you have to fight through this. You have to face your fears. And that just energized her, fueled her, and everybody that was around her just felt that same way.
She eventually started the Komen chapter here in Nebraska and rallied around the patients and brought caregivers, patients, institutions together to really fight the battle against breast cancer.
Cancer didn't define her life. She was a fabulous teacher at Duchenne.
Her students will remember her forever. I was privileged to have my own daughter taught by Kate, and she was a phenomenal teacher,
She wanted to make a difference. She wanted to find a cure. She wanted to help people that couldn't help themselves. She wanted to help people that were afraid, to face this disease.
To really have the kind of effect in terms of fundraising and outreach and research, we'll never know what her whole impact is. And that's part of the greatness of it, I think, the exponential hope, if you will, that she built.
I use Kate as an example every day in my office. She was a seeker all the time for what's next to get better and how to get better, and she was a believer too.
Things are looking very much up in terms of targeted, personalized therapies that will become available, and I think that we'll always remember Kate as the one that, through her support of Komen, really helped develop a lot of that research, develop the funding for it, develop funding here in Nebraska for the research. She's done a tremendous job. She will not be forgotten.
Every time she'd start a new drug, she would say, oh, that one was a nasty one, or oh, this one's not so bad. And she'd be willing to go on to the next phase. not only for herself, but I think for future cancer survivors. I think she was out there willing to help find a cure for everybody.
She was amazing. And part of it was just that strength of mind, strength of willpower, wanting to do certain things in her life. She still felt she had things to accomplish.
She was a saint among us. And she never held a banner in front of herself, like, look how good I am, or look how brave I am. I mean, she was just a common lady doing such uncommon things.
I think probably the biggest thing to know about her is besides that you can face really difficult things with courage, is also the ability to reach out of yourself and give to others. I mean, she clearly gave to her family, to her community, and to the people that cared for her. I felt that she was really a gift as a person.
She has a heart of gold, and she lived every day to the fullest. I think probably is the most important thing.
You know, I think that she is one of those special people that has been able to lay that legacy throughout the state of Nebraska without even meeting people. They don't even know when they put on pink or when they come out for the Race for the Cure that there was this woman behind that really started this movement here. And, you know, all the other organizations that have branched out, you know, because of it, it all started because this one woman was strong enough to, you know, to make it happen.
We look forward to celebrating Kate and her many sisters and brothers in pink. October 4th is the date. A new place this year, Baxter Arena and Exarban Village. Please make plans to join us. Register online at KomenNebraska.org. We'll be right back.